What's going on, guys? This is Empty Box, and this is Game Stock Car 2013. We're going to be doing a 20-minute timed race against the AI here from Cordoba, driving the Brazilian V8 stock cars. We're racing the Brazilian stock cars in Argentina. Why not? Makes perfectly good sense. On the outside in turn one, yeah, that just happened. But we're going to talk a little bit about Game Stock Car 2013 here in this video, as well as hopefully show off why I say that this is the best sim on the market straight out of the box. I haven't done any modding to it or anything like that. It looks this way right out the box. The only thing I've done is change the steering rotation that you see on screen so that way it lines up. But even then, I don't need to do that. It's just one of those things where you probably should if you have a wheel above 270 degrees. The AI is set to 105%, 30% aggression, and we're starting the race at about 330. And this corner right here is exceptionally difficult because there's absolutely no markers. Just gotta turn in and hope you got it right. One thing that really impressed me coming from Game Stock Car 2012, the sounds of this car. Just fantastic. I love the way it sounds. Very nice and aggressive. Seriously, I think that might just be the biggest improvement over Game Stock Car 2012. Not necessarily the graphics, not the physics, but the sounds, especially in the stock cars. And too hot. Although that said, the graphics definitely do look fantastic for a G Motor 2 title. In fact, I'd say that it's only the fact that I know it's G Motor 2 that it bothers me. Because you get such things as that display and that tachometer thing. Yeah. But the cockpits in all of the cars, not just the stock cars, absolutely top-notch, fantastic. Reiza Studios really does get it right when it comes to the cockpits. They look right, they feel right. And unlike some other titles out there on the market, they actually look like cockpits you'd find in a race car, because they are. Steering wheel display, nice and readable, easily visible, simple. It works, which is exactly what you would expect in a race car. Looks like these guys are duking it out up here. Really coming from Game Stock Car 2012, the physics have changed entirely, or it certainly feels like it. In Game Stock Car 2012, the cars were really stuck to the ground. They would definitely break loose, but at the same time you could really drive them very aggressively and get away with it, whereas here in 2013, you can really definitely tell when you're overdriving the car, and the rear end will definitely step out. It's catchable, it's savable, but it's not nearly as stable as it was in 2012. And really, I think that is a much better feel, much more realistic to what I would kind of expect. It's not over the top, but you can definitely tell when you got it wrong and went into the corner too deep, or you're trying to take a corner flat-footed. Such as turn 1 here at Cordoba. You can go ahead and try and take it flat-footed. Same with turn 2. You can try it. You'll get pretty far through the corner. If you have the right setup, you might be able to do it on a qualifying field, at least with turn 2. I'm not sure about turn 1, I guess, but you know, if you're just not careful, it will step out and it will bite you. I mean, really, I would say that the physics in GameStockR 2013 are probably the best out there currently available overall. You know, it doesn't have any stupid, you know, low speed, force feedback issues or anything like that. You can feel the car, you can tell what's going on. You know, there's tons of grip when there should be tons of grip, but at the same time, the cars are definitely able to break loose. And they break loose properly. In too deep again. Such as that right there. Definitely a lot more lively than GameStockR 2012. Really, if you want an example of this, and you have GameStockR 2013, go take the Formula 3 to Roma. If you get it wrong there, that place will bite you hard in that car, for sure. It's just so easy to overdo it, and the car's just going to snap around on you every single time. Whereas if you actually slow down a little bit, problem solved. That corner is so difficult because there's nothing to judge off of. It's totally messed up that entire section right there. Just kind of chilling in second place. Cars behind us in qualifying, actually the grid was within 0.8 of a second from the pole to 15th position, somewhere around in there. So you definitely have to get it done if you want to be competitive against the AI, which is definitely a great thing, because you know, online racing is great. Don't get me wrong, I prefer online racing to racing AI for sure, but it's not always practical, you know. It's not always one of those things where I want to wait for a league race, or you know, I want to race online with 3 people. I'd rather race 30 AI than 3 people. Which very often is the same type of thing that you get in, you know, not just GameStockR, but other sims as well. I just want to make this clear. I'm not being paid by Reiza Studios or anything like that, and I'm not sugarcoating it just to sell more copies of this game, because what would I have to gain from that? I mean, this game honestly is that fantastic. There is a reason I am suggesting it. There is a reason I am playing it. A little bit of contact. And we're through. Of course, there's always going to be that question, how does it compare to other sims? You know, you'll probably think, oh well, it's G-Motor 2 based, so it's ancient, it's no good comparatively. We got 10 minutes left in this race, halfway through. You know, why would I want to buy another G-Motor 2 sim? I already have 50,000 of them, you know, or I have 70,000 different R-Factor mods. Because this is better, and it works out of the box. And I just almost got spun there. Woo! Plus the fact it actually looks great. I mean, the fact that they made a track here in Cordoba that has absolutely nothing around it, absolutely no scenery, actually look good, is pretty darn impressive. I mean, literally, this track is just grass, 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 more grass. Of course, you can also add in the 24-hour day-night cycle. If you wanted to race Formula 1 cars at night at Interlagos, go ahead. Good luck. Not that I've ever tried or anything, because this is a racing simulation and you must be super serious. Oh yeah, really got through that corner that time. But really, compared to the other sims out there, you know, the big question that I'm going to see here on my channel is, well, how does it compare to iRacing? Well, to be honest, I play them for two separate reasons, and I would suggest them for two separate reasons. You know, obviously online racing and iRacing, offline racing here. But I'll say this, the physics in Game Stock Car 2013 are as good, if not better, than anything that we've seen from iRacing, including the, you know, new tire model version 5 cars. Terrible corner there. I'm probably going to get past here on the straightaway, but if they pop out, we'll see. You know, it drives fantastically. The tracks, I did a comparison video of Game Stock Car 2012 versus the Interlagos and Game Stock Car 2012 versus iRacing. I'll post that video down in the description because it's actually fairly interesting in my opinion, because it just shows how good Reiza Studios did with that track. So I can only go ahead and assume that other tracks are done to the same standards. I mean, it really is quite impressive how close they were able to get, considering that they're not laser scanned. And these are definitely, by a mile and a half, the best circuits within the G-Motor 2 engine in any sim. And that's including, you know, both ISI official content for R-Factor as well as, you know, the virtual LMs and all them good stuff. You know, great tracks, but these are a step ahead for sure. In a way, for you guys out there who have been sim racing for a long time, you might remember this situation. GTR1. That was the first officially released title from Simbin Studios, and that was on the F1 Challenge engine right around when R-Factor was coming out. And it was like, well, this engine is outdated, it is ancient, why would I want to buy this? GTR1 is still a great sim, even with the flaws that it had. Definitely worth picking up. back in its day, because at that time our factor was still at least a year away from being, you know, as good as it possibly could be, you know, getting some mods going and getting a variety of content. Much the same here once again. You know, R Factor 2, if that's your thing, there's just not a lot of content out there right now. It's being developed, it's being worked on, it's being improved. Give it a year. No! 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 That was embarrassing. Total unforced error. It's gonna drop us down to 7th. No! I only got 5 minutes left. That was all me right there. Easy does it through there. But I would not look at it and say, you know, oh, well, I don't want to buy another sim on this engine because there's a, you know, new engine coming around, there's a new sim. Yeah, I'm going to buy that. Buy this, wait a year, buy that. You know, if you're limited on funds. And don't overshoot your braking point into the hairpin. And I've got through that corner so good all race. That's the sad thing. Really would like to get a top 5 though. And you might also say, well, Brazilian V8 stock cars, I don't know anything about them, so why do I care? I don't know anything about them. I don't really care about the series, but it makes for great sim racing. Don't let that be a barrier, because you'll do what I did with the original game stock car. You'll miss out on a very good sim that really you should have not cared about the fact that it's a series that you know nothing about. Tires definitely have a little bit more grip left over. Or they're losing grip. It's one of those things, man, when you're talking and trying to drive at the same time. Let's say things entirely backwards to what you're actually thinking. Whoa! Mental note, move the brakes forward a little bit. Yeah, I don't think we're going to quite be able to pass them. I don't think we're going to be able to catch them. Especially with 1 minute left. Yellow flag, looks like there might have been an off there. So that's moved us up to 6th. That's what you get for looking in your mirrors, trying to go through a corner. This is in all likelihood the last lap. So let's make it a good one. Hate that corner. Well, it was a good lap, except for that corner. That just is terrible, but yeah, there you go. 6th place finish. Pushing like mad, cars all over the place. One small mistake takes me from 1st to 6th. No bumper cars, no stupid AI, stupidity. I'm not saying they're amazingly amazing, but they are raceable, which is definitely a very good thing for when you can't race on the line. The graphics, tremendous. The physics, awesome. The sounds, I just love the sounds of this car. Just turn it up and enjoy it. So yeah, Game Stock Car 2013. If you don't have it, you need it. Hope you guys enjoyed. Hope you guys are enjoying Game Stock Car 2013. Bye.